Alright, welcome back guys, and this is going to be the part 3 of the XSE scripting tutorials, and today we're actually going to get into giving a Pokemon, and the NPC will give us the Pokemon once. So that makes it more legitimate and more likely to happen within the game. No little NPC is going to give us 100 of that Pokemon. So we're just going to make it to where it's once and that's it. And that introduces a few new commands, and basically the commands will be setting a flag, clearing a flag, or not even clearing, checking a flag, and then give Pokemon and fanfare and wait fanfare. So these are the new ones that you'll see in this script. Setting a flag basically says, I'm going to set the flag. This event has happened. Don't let it happen again. This one checks to see if it has happened. If it has happened, let's do something different this time. Give Pokemon, give the Pokemon. Fanfare is a little jingle that plays similar to something like getting your Pokemon healed by a person or getting them healed at the Pokemon Center. That ring 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 noise, that's a fanfare. There's a bunch in the game, and we'll be calling on number 13E, and 13E is the give Pokemon jingle, which or the receive Pokemon jingle, and then we wait for it to end with wait fanfare. So we'll go ahead and get into it and show you where those pop up. So let's go ahead and start it off with dynamic. Go ahead and make the offset something just random or basic, and then we change it later. Let's go ahead and hit org at start. Then we need to go ahead and knock out the lock it, make sure everything's locked and not moving. Let's make sure it's facing a player. Then we need to check flag. So we're going to check it. You want to put check flag at the beginning, so that way it sees if it's already happened, because that's what it needs to do. And you want to use 1200 and up. It's a less buggy flag set if it's 1200 and up. You can try about the 1000s and see if it works for you, but I've had a lot of good experiences with 1200 and up. Most of the flags in the hundreds have already been used. So 1200 and up, so we'll shoot for 1200 for the first one, and we'll go ahead and put if yes, which is 0x1, no is 0x0, so 0x1, if 1200 has been set already, so yes, it's already been set. Let's go ahead and go to at done. So it's going to be done. Done will lead him to a message, which is like, how's my Pokemon doing? If not, it'll keep going on with the script, and the script will end up saying something like the question. So message box at question 0x5. Remember, 5 is for a question box. 6 is normal, 4 is normal, 5 is a question box. Then we need to compare these results. So let's compare it with compare capital results, or last results, my bad. Last results. So you compare last result, and then you need to put yes. So you're looking for the yes. If, which is yes, so if, or true, you can say true. If it's true that the last one was yes, let's go ahead and go to at give Pokemon. So basically the question was, would you like to have this Pokemon? Yes. If yes is true, let's go to give Pokemon. So now it skips down and it goes to the give Pokemon area of the script. If not, we need to do a message box, because you don't want it, and he needs to say something like, you know, this isn't working, then I'll wait for somebody else to take my Pokemon. So no thanks, and then you'll do 0x6, and that's going to end it. So release, and okay. So that's the first part of it. Now the second part of it, let's go ahead and knock out the done part. So we'll put, I can't get this right for the, to save my life right now. Alright, so org at done. So it references down to here if the flag already been checked. So it's going to be a message box. It's going to say checkup. We'll just do checkup. Checkup at, and then we'll do 0x6. Normal box, just a normal, hey, how are you? Then we do release, and that's it. Now it's going down to the big one, which is give Pokemon. So binary or hashtag org at Pokemon or give Pokemon. Okay, you have to make sure these match up too. It doesn't work if they don't match up. So give Pokemon. So now what's it going to do whenever it wants to give the Pokemon? Well, first we're actually going to make him say, oh really, you want to take him off my hands? That's great. So we're going to do a message box 0 or at thanks. We'll do thanks and then 0x6. Alright, so we'll go ahead and make sure that he says, oh thanks, here you go. Now when he says here you go, what we're going to do is give the Pokemon. So go ahead and give Pokemon. Now you have a couple of parameters here. The first 3 you have to worry about. The second 3 you don't. So species, what number is the Pokemon? We'll do Pikachu for this example. So we're going to do 0x, and it wouldn't be 25. Believe it or not, you're going to have to do it in hex. So you're going to have to drag over here to the calculator. You're going to have to type up 25, and you're going to have to hit the hex option. Turns 25 into 19. Makes a lot of sense, right? So there's Pikachu, number 19. Now we're going to make him level 10. 1 through 9 is fine. You can leave 1 through 9. They're actually going to stay the same. It's when you get into double digits that things get a little tricky. So we're going to make him 10, and by default I know that 10 in hex is actually A. There you go. Don't ask me how, it just is. So A, and then we're actually going to do 0x0. Now this could be an item. So I think 0xD would be a potion. So 0x0, we don't want to give them an item right now. We can do that later on. Now fillers are very easy. Just 0x0, 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 3 times. And that's it. So now we need to play the fanfare, because when you receive a Pokemon, you need to be let know that you've gotten something. So we'll play a little jingle. So we'll do fanfare, and we'll do 0x13. What did I say? 13e for receiving. And now we're going to do a message to make it look even more professional. So box, message box. Refer to the text of received, and this will say you, the player, whatever it's named, received Pikachu. Now it doesn't do this by default. An item, it'll actually tell you you've received this item by default, but so for some reason a Pokemon won't do it. You actually have to insert the text that you've received that Pokemon. So now you have to hit 0x and then 6. And now we need to wait for the fanfare. So we don't need the script to keep running off without us. It needs to wait for this jingle to end, and then we can continue. And then after that we need to set the flag so this doesn't happen again. We don't need to get any more Pikachus after this. They might be adorable, but we don't need any more right now. So we're going to set the flag and make sure it doesn't happen again. And the next thing we're going to do is not really too necessary. You can end it right here, but we're going to go ahead and add in one more box. We're going to make sure that he knows everything's good. I've got his Pikachu, and now he wants to just say farewell pretty much. So we'll do at thanks to, and then we'll do message box just 6. And then we're going to end it. Actually, we're going to release so we can get away from him and run off with his Pikachu, and that's it. Now then, let's go ahead and start hitting up these message boxes, which will take up a lot of your space. So we'll go ahead and hit org, and then we're going to type in the first one, which was a question. So question, make sure you put the @ symbol before it. Okay. Now what you could do to save some time is you could probably much copy this. So Control C, and you can go down to paste, 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 and then you can pretty much rename these to whatever you need them to be. I know I had a no thanks. I know I had thanks. I had thanks 1 or thanks 2, and I had a received, and the last one I had was checkup. Okay, so once we have all of them in position, that's just a quick way of doing it. What you have to do is just go back up here and just hit Control T and then type in your question. So hey there, you seem like a nice person. Would you like this Pikachu? Okay, convert, insert, exit. Go to the next one, no thanks. Oh, that's too bad. Come back if you change your mind. It's just a really easy process of just doing this. Going to the very end, hit enter, Control T, rinse and repeat. Thanks. After you first received it, or actually after you said yes, I'll take it, he says, oh. Yeah, that's right. Oh. That's, if I could try it, that's great. And then we'll ask you, yeah, here you go. Okay, so it gives it's the illusion of him giving it to you. All right, and then we go to the next one. Thanks to, this is the follow-up one after you fully received it. Thanks again. I think it. Okay. Alright, and then we get the last two, which is received. So this one's a little bit different. This one just makes it more professional. So \v \h01 received a Pikachu. Now you want to do this one in caps because the game is in caps when it comes to Pokemon names. Then we got the last one, which is checkup. So what we do here, this is after you've done everything. You come to talk with them, the flag's been checked, so it goes down to done, and the done message is, how's that Pikachu doing? Okay, so insert, and that's about it. So it looks kind of complicated. Don't let it overwhelm you, but it's a very good script. If you wanted it to do infinite gives, you would take out the flags. So check flag and set flag. You take those out, you'll get infinite. Keep talking to him, he keeps giving it to you. But check flags make it professional. All these message boxes just make it more professional for each one. And it just makes it all good. The music, the little jingle makes it more professional. It's all just really showmanship, and so this is very, very basic and very well done at the same time. So we'll debug it. Everything looks good. Next thing we have to do is go to Free Space Finder and find some more space. So let's go to Free Space Finder. Let's open the ROM. Okay, now what you want to do is make sure everything looks secure. Do about 250 to 300 right here. I mean, that's a good rule of thumb, but sometimes it resets, so make sure you change it back to what it needs to be. and then we change this back to the 800,000s. See what the closest one is. It looks about 800,554. So we'll go ahead and copy that. We'll paste it up here. Okay, and that's what we'll use. I got rid of 0. There we go. So that's what we'll use, and that looks all good and dandy. So we will go ahead and compile it. We'll copy the start, which is the main function. We'll go to advanced map. Alright, so in advanced map, I'll try to minimize this so you can see it. Should see it pretty good like this. So basically, you scroll down to the bottom here. You'll add one more event, and then you want to drag this sucker down here, and we'll actually give him the offset. So you'll want to keep the last two, or keep the first two, and you'll change the last digits. And you can open it to make sure it runs smoothly. I suggest doing that just so that way it looks clean. If you opened it, this is what it looks like. And you could actually follow it like this, which is good. So, and then all we have to do is just go to save, and now we can load it. So we'll go inside of our advanced player, and we'll go to F1, which is my save. There he is. So I'll make sure this is positioned right. Now we talk. Hey there. You seem like a nice person. Would you like this Pikachu? No. Oh, that's too bad. Come back if you change your mind. It's like, you better believe it. So now we walk around. Hey there. You seem like a nice person. Well, you're wrong. Would you like this Pikachu? Sure. Oh, that's great. Here you go. You get the chime. You get your own name in caps. Received a Pikachu. So it looks pretty professional. And then, thanks again. I think it'll have more fun with you than it did with me. That's a big lie. It's going to my PC. Talk to him again. How's that Pikachu doing? Hopefully good. Well, it's actually in my chili, so it didn't do too good. Anyways, but it actually works. And that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much the Give Pokemon script. It gets a little more advanced, and I'll cover that in a future script tutorial. We're going to do one later on for 6 Pokemon in the bag. You need to check that, and then if you can't, then you have to come back. And on top of that, you can nickname it. So, you know, every Pokemon you receive, you have that option to nickname. I'm going to add that too, but that's kind of more advanced, and it makes a longer video. So I'm just going to leave it like this right now, and we'll keep going. The next one will be on giving an item, and we'll keep going from there. So comment, rate, and subscribe. Any material will be posted in the comments below, and maybe a notepad of the Pokemon and Pokemon numbers, and that's pretty much it. If you guys have any more questions, or if you have any tutorials that you might want to see later on in the future scripts, then let me know. I can see what I can do, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.